That look and you know people have bad news to tell you? I guess they had to cut this trip short. Really, nigga? Man, if you don't get your camera... Bruh, get out of here, man. Shit. That's a spear in his chest.
Get down, get down. Wait.
Oh my god. Who? My skin. Do not show that on the screen again, please. Is it what happened to her? Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's the boy Everybody Reacts here, back with another reaction to Gomorrah, man. If you guys are watching this right now, a good place if you want me to continue watching Italian mob TV stories, man, join the Patreon. Let me know at the highest tier over there. It takes priority when you guys suggest shows over there. It'll take priority and I will continue to watch these shows. I can't wait to see how they wrap up this story. It's essentially what I was saying earlier, which is what I didn't want, because I don't like the fact that Ciro and Genny is fighting again. Like, I don't see it. In a way, you can see how there's two roads they could have gone with the story, and they chose this one. It's not the one I want. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not the one I wanted. You know, I could see them go down the road of them being enemies, and I could see them go down the road of them being friends and getting what we wanted from the start of the series, going back to the start of the series of, you know, Ciro being that mentor to Genny and them finally coming together to do something. And I feel like one of these characters is going to die at the end of this, and you know, I'm more likely leaning towards Genny dying, because it's like would be the end of the Savastano line, because everybody else is dead. His mom dead, his dad is dead, and I feel like that's where we're gonna end at the end of the story. But then I'm not there yet, so that's just my theory based on what I've seen. So anyways, guys, let's jump into the reaction. Now we'll see you guys right after for the review.
Ahí se mur, usando tu mano.
Ciro Di Marzi è vivo, ma issa è solo.
No, he's not.
Lui si me ne esercita, ma l'ha fermato prima che si organizza. Perché se voglio doppio l'uomo una coppia in piazza. Voglio che ognuno pure un cammino solo, perché cari in giro che ci stanno un bello regalo per chi mi porta informazioni con la issa. Ma questo non basterà.
E allora? Mo che mi fa?
Uno di voi mi ha dato tradito.
One of you has to betray me, so I'm making it look.
Non ce n'ha. E non vi posso mai tradire.
Io so. Ma Ciro, tu appartenevi a issa.
E se issa non mi creda?
Sono sicuro che sarei convincente.
And just so somebody has to like go and not quite in agreement with this, but we'll see how things progress. Was it just sending him to?
Mamma, io assurdo ma partita volevo tornare tutto è cominciato.
Vedo ma partite, Ciro.
Quando arriva a sto punto di mettere in conto che non ci stanno continuo. Non me ne foto. Voglio solo che questa storia finisce con Brico.
Ciao, Zo. Non fai manco trasì?
Vieni. Che vuoi, Genna?
Ci fate cose orribili, rindavi da me. Ma stavolta ci fate qualcosa che non si può acconciare.
E che cosa?
Ciro è vivo.
Com'è possibile? Tu l'hai uccisa. Prima che hai fatto.
Quelle che ci hai sempre fatta. Quelle che ci hai fatto pure con te quando ti volevi proteggere. Quelle che ci hai fatto con Padamo. E ci hai fatto pure con Issa. Fatto male assai. Che Issa mi ha lasciata su.
Yeah,
Perché
that
ci
was
volevi fare
a.
una vita nuova senza me.
You could have just reconciled with
Ho
the
detto mai
dude.
di non trovare la
And
pace finché non mi avete morta.
you locked him up, which was a
Questa è una questione
horrible
personale.
idea.
E se riguarda pure te, Pietrino. Perché si sto qua? Per proteggere.
Tu non si può proteggere a nessuno. Perché stanno a proteggere a te?
Damn. I mean, when you isolate yourself, it's pretty much what happens. You know what I'm saying? So what happens when you isolate yourself and just, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been rooting for Genny to, you know, get back on top. This is not the way I was expecting him to do it. I didn't want him to return to the game like this. You know what I'm saying? That I did not want that to happen. Right? So the whole thing of, you know, the whole thing of we going through the entirety of season 4 with no Ciro, and with him, you know, seeing what he's been up to, all this other stuff, and then it leads him right back to here because he's like, oh, it's my home, blah blah blah. Cool. But you were trying to build something outside of that. Yes, there were obstacles and you sometimes had to resort back to, you know, old ways in a way, but I think that was a better route for him to at least become somewhat legitimate. You get what I'm saying? And escape this, you know, escape this life that only leads to imprisonment or death. You know what I'm saying? And of course we know what happens at the end of season was it season 3? I think it was. I don't remember exactly, but you know, him supposedly at that point thinking that he killed Ciro and then trying to do something different, you know, getting away from all of that and just staying away was the best option. This is the reason why your wife don't want to be. Not only did you put yourself in a position to not be able to go see you because the guy was chasing you or whatever, and plus the whole thing with Patricia, you didn't know what Patricia had told the cops. He still could have been out there because they really didn't. I mean, they were looking for him, but he hid until they were able to find out what Patricia gave, you know, the cops or whatever. So the situation is like, he put himself back in this position, right? Not completely exonerated. She's mad, right? She's mad because he left her alone. That's the reason. He didn't tell her anything about what was really happening. He just abandoned his son and his wife. So rightly so, right on cue, you know, she don't want to have nothing to do with him, and that's why she's telling him this now. It's like, you're incapable of protecting anyone, right? I mean, I don't completely agree with her, but at the same time, it's like I understand where that is coming from, where that sentiment is coming from. You know, it's crazy where we are now versus where we are a couple of seasons ago. It's just crazy, man. And the thing about it is that she still loves him, but at the same time, it's like she's trying to give him some harsh treatment. Truths.
Vedete, non mo.
Come ti permette un indaga sa mi roppe quello che hai fatto?
Io non so che tu appartenevi capaci.
La gente mi è venuta malamente pure in mezzo a due monnezza.
Ma sta nata possibilità.
La gente si volesse sta storia che è tornato. E mo te ne accorgi pure tu. Perché stai per morire.
E io facessi qualsiasi cosa, pis. Non tengo paura di morire per Ciro. I vecchi che l'hanno soffernuto, tu ne sì. Ma mai è arrivato un momento di risorgere come ha fatto isso. Se non ci crede. Allora ti faccio un contratto.
Fedele l'immortale è solo. Non è un'arma, non è un uomo, niente.
Ce n'ha ne paura perché stavo buono che basta una scendita a fare un piano incendio. E sul fuoco sta camminando veloce.
This fire travels fast, for real.
Guardami in luce e dimmi che era. Sta cercando soldati.
Non sta cercando soldati. Sta cercando compagni. I savastani, capaci, elevanti, hanno lasciato Napoli in macerie. Ma è arrivato un momento che ogni cosa.
Voglio. Giornale è forte assai. Scide che te.
Te ne annoio.
He does.
Tutti quanti insieme siamo più forti.
True.
L'ultima volta che ci controllate vince chi in mano viva.
O chi non muore mai.
And they just rounding up everybody. Anybody they can get.
Gennaro è solo un uomo. L'immortale no.
No. Invece è purissimo un uomo come tutto quanto è lato.
Poi ci amatore guardate buono in faccia. E vista la paura che tengono rinda a luce. Visto ci credono veramente che Ciro di Marzia è immortale.
Non è così. Ma perché tu ci credi?
That man has escaped death so many times.
E se non era pure un uomo. Il problema è che quando i buci fanno amore con la paura diventano voce di popolo. E voce di popolo, voce di Dio.
That's crazy.
Oh, Vitto Bu. Sono chi? Sto solo.
Ecco pure a me.
Faccia parlare con Ciro.
E l'ha pensato lì tu? Oggi non sa basta.
E secondo te se avete messo vicino alla Savastani e per caro su? E te siamo stati frate.
E ma mostra che la
It's
dava.
like I know why you've come.
Ce n'era sta rotando un mondo per trovare. E poi a Ciro, a tutti quelli là che sono sempre stati fedeli a Ciro. Lì là come a me. Mi ha portato questo.
I ain't gotta take you nowhere, bruh.
Dopo che parlate con Ciro, ti pensi che si ti possa fare?
Volevo avere con l'occhio mio.
Che rende troppo buono con Gennaro.
Nessuno si trova buono con Gennaro. Questo è peggio rubato. Io sono sempre appartenuto a te. Tu
Really?
sono sempre stata fedele.
Not
Che
today.
sono stato purissimo.
Not today.
Se io sapevo come che tu sei ancora viva.
Perché appena ci saputo il messaggio me ne sono fuggito. E sono venuto a te cercare. Io a Gennaro non l'ho vista proprio più. E se non mi credi allora Ciro pure mamma. Perché tanto se non posso stare con te là fuori sono fatta. E sinceramente preferisco che Ciro tu quando sei sempre stato compagno.
Si devo salvare. Era una prova.
E allora?
Accompagnato che tu la scuola e possa sempre sulla casa.
Quando uomo ne tieni guardi?
Tu che saranno compagni.
Solo tu. Rimane a terra mamma mio figlio. Che
La creatura della scinga.
Odia con ma fammi che non mangia parecchi giorni. Se non c'erai qualcosa, se mancisse a te.
It's probably one of the dumbest quotes I've ever heard. I'm sorry. She's saying that like it's supposed to be some profound thing. Bro, if you don't feed hatred, it will devour you. And I'm not saying what she's saying. I'm not saying that it is dumb for the reasons that you might think I'm saying. I'm not saying that what she's saying is dumb and it doesn't make any sense. It makes sense what she's saying, but it's such a dumb way of thinking. You get what I'm saying? It sounds like some shit that a criminal would say. You know what I'm saying? To excuse their behavior. That's what it sounds like. That's why I'm saying it's dumb. Because she said that if you don't feed hatred, it will devour you. We're not supposed to feed our hatred. We're not supposed to feed it by doing bad things to the people that we hate. That's not how. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, then you're just creating this cycle of hatred that's going to keep going. Like, I don't want to. I mean, this guy is even there trying to bring reason to you and be like, yo, the kid is only 5 years old. You know, I mean, understandably so if you want to kill his wife. But the 5-year-old kid? And then your response to that is we got to feed our hatred? It will devour me if I don't feed it? But I understand. You lost your husband of like, he was, you know, he's lived practically a full life. I would say that guy was probably maybe late 60s, 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was right to take his life, but the exchange, there's no equivalence there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing equal about what you're doing. It's not tit for tat. It's more, it's like you're just, it's like loved ones. It's like, okay, I'm going to take out your son because you took out my husband. You get what I'm saying? The equivalence is just not there. And I've always believed that the mob, you know, the Italian mob, they leave kids out of it. And that's why I was surprised at the end of season 2 when they killed Ciro's daughter. Because that seemed to be the sentiment that, you know, like, kids are always like off limits. You get what I'm saying? And they would never go that far as to do that. But apparently I was completely wrong about that stuff. It's like it don't matter. Your whole family died. We don't care how young they are.
Me ne devo andare da Napoli e tu mi devi aiutare. Gennaro lo sa e non lo deve sapere. Lui ha fatto
She
le sue
can't do that.
scelte. Ora devo fare le mie.
But she can't help you disappear. That Jenny's gonna kill
Parlate
her.
prima con vostro marito. Mi serve liquidità. I contanti non sono rintracciabili.
Ah, what makes you think that this woman is
Questa è la mia
going to...
procura. Fidatevi di vostro marito. Lui sa come proteggervi. È proprio da lui che mi devo proteggere. Non mi puoi aiutare? E allora sarò costretta ad andare dal magistrato. E t'accuso pure quelle che non hai fatte.
Wow, she's willing to do all of that. It's a bit excessive, as if she's an accessory, but...
Però se la mia barca affonda, tu vieni appresso a me.
That's why I've always said that, you know, I've always said, I know I'm pausing a lot this episode, but I've always said that I don't think criminals, like, if you're gonna be in organized crime, and I'm just speaking about this hypothetically, because this is not something that a road that I would ever consider going down. But if I was a person involved in organized crime, there's no way you could have gotten me to be in a family. You crazy? I'm not getting no wife and kids. For what? That is a huge liability on your part. You get what I'm saying? It's a huge liability. So I don't even know why they choose to do this. I mean, they still want to live this semblance of normalcy, and you can't have that. If you want to be successful in these things and doing these things, you can't have attachments like that. Like, you just can't have that kind of attachments for somebody to be able to hurt you that deep. You know what I mean? You can't have those kind of attachments. Yeah, you can have a girlfriend that might give you a son or a daughter or whatever, but it can't be, you can't have that sort of attachments. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta be, okay, just understand that, you know, no love lost, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, very standoffish about it. Like, if I'm gonna have a girl and just so happens that I get a son, not that I'm trying to have one, but say I have a son, right? They're not being anywhere close to me. I'm talking about if I live on one side of the world, they're on another side of the world. I'm sending them money and all of this other stuff so that they're okay. The son or the daughter, they're going to grow up understanding that there was a dad, but they're probably not going to be a dad. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, nobody in my crew is going to know that happened. Completely off the rails. Maybe somebody who I absolutely trust. It probably like grew up with me or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't understand why is it that they, and the thing about it, that most of them usually do have families. It's crazy.
Non mi credo.
Però qualcosa credo. Se no che sorgere morto.
Ma Genny, stiamo parlando di Ciro di Marzi. Stiamo pazziando con fuoco.
Se state bravi fino a mo' Fernà, ci lo conosco meglio di te. Perché se sto fuoco l'ha studiato subito. Mi capite?
Chi lo vuole una prova di fiducia?
E tu ce l'hai.
How the hell is he gonna do that?
Tutti i voti che aiutano contro i piazzisti, venga.
Spira a dire che sta cosa riesce. Perché è importante per noi.
Ma che è successo?
Questa è la casa nostra.
Allora, come aiuto?
Su 500.000. Non è male, no?
Manca tanto, però.
Ma poi non vado a preoccupare.
Ma l'importante è che abbiamo portato un attacco a Genny. Ma ti fidi di me?
Sei stato bravo.
Fernanda per salvare la vita ha fatto a Ciro a Franco.
Non ci potremmo più fidare.
Non ha fatto quello che ha fatto per guadagnare la fiducia di Ciro.
Non hai già capito. L'unica maniera era atterrare un inuccio.
Che se può essere una guerra lunga e faticosa. Oppure la potremmo vincere subito grazie a Fernando. Ma sapete solo che nasconde e amo quello. E se è morto Franco è servito a vincere sta guerra, allora è un sacrificio che valsa la pena fa.
E avevi fiducia. Saranno sempre più. Io so quello che è vero.
E che vero, Nenzo?
La speranza che cosa possono cagnare. E questo è quello che manca a gente. Tu portate una luce nuova. Ma tutto quanto grazie a te sentimmo che potremmo contare qualcosa. Speranza, Ciro.
Sta addosso nascondigli loro. Sta basciù viglie, vindano capanno. Quando stiamo là, sta mis, sangue blu, vitto bulla e chi la di tu.
Hai visto che io tutte cose come ti ricevi? State bravi. Ma la prossima volta che torno là ci stanno tutti quanti. Tu ci mandano un messaggio. Così noi veniamo a lecchio di questa storia per sempre.
Genaro si fida assai di Fernando, è vero? Si sta affidando a una barca che non tiene bandiera.
E perché non ci voleva dire la Gennaro che non si è d'accordo? O forse stai pensando che contro ci disse non può vincere?
Mi capite malamente. Ti stai sbagliando. State buono, una C.
Arrivederci, maestro.
Stai pensando?
A che stai pensando?
Tutte le volte che qualcuno mi ha dato fiducia l'ha tradito. Succedette pure con Pietro. Disse però facettano grande sbaglio. E sottovalutato. Invece io so. Da questo momento non posso sottovalutare niente a nessuno.
La stessa cosa è Tisso quando ha saputo chi è tornato. Gennaro tiene paura. E chi se ne fatto buono?
La paura non basta a fare morti.
Che sto vero?
Ma posso mi dico che facessi?
Io? Ieri sono che s'arraggia sempre solo un soldato.
Ma sei pure un amico fidato.
Fernando ha scritto. Io un momento.
You really think that is gonna be that easy to take out Ciro? Come on, man. They're gonna try for sure, but it's probably gonna be a setup because they know Ciro's just making him feel at ease. You know what I'm saying?
I vostri gioielli li ha presi un amico che tiene una casa d'aste a Londra. In totale sono 1.200.000.
Gennaro?
Non sa niente. Io ho sapete buono pure voi. Che se avessi detto qualche cosa che le moccia stava qua. Grazie, Tiziano. Vattene.
Oh shit. There you come. Well, you failed. Now what? Well, what are you gonna do now? I don't even think she was able to get the money. Because the money was still on the table. She wasn't able to grab the money. This is gonna be an epic fail right here. That is gonna be this easy to catch Ciro. Come on, man. Of course they're gonna be cautious about this. Or maybe Fernando, maybe he turned. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he told him the truth. Ain't nobody there. There's gonna be an ambush. Ain't nobody there. I don't think y'all are blind. Man, really pull out the FAMAS, bro. Probably on this dude's body. Yep. Very typical. Answer the phone. You put yourself in this position, Genny.
Mi dispiace che non sono venuto appuntamento. Come ti sta guardando l'agenda in questo momento? Volessi stare là pure io. Lo sai, Genna? Pensavo che eri morto veramente. Ma tu mi hai fatto tornare a nascere una volta.
You revived the monster. You didn't have to, man. That monster could be on your side, man. It is what it is, though. It's gotta eat. You know? I gotta eat it.
Genna. Volete che lo accompagni?
Alzo.
Lo sai che siamo vivi solo per miracolo? Stanotte ci stavano accedendo a me e a tuo figlio. E se sto qua è solo perché è l'unica possibilità che tenevo. Manda qualcuno a casa mia a pulire tutto. E fai avere dei soldi alle famiglie degli uomini che mi proteggevano.
Is it really? I don't think he's gonna think. He probably is going to think that Ciro is the one that went after them. Disrespect, bro. Yo! It's her fault. It's your fault, man. Symbolism there is crazy. Because it's like, no matter what he does, it's like that. It's just the looming over him. It's just the history of his father, man. He just can't get rid of it. He had a chance to be out, and he just came right back in. You know, crazy. Came right back in. All right. I'm not gonna spend too much time reviewing these episodes or talking about these episodes at the end, because I have a lot of episodes to do today. In a lot of ways, this was great, right? In a lot of ways, this was great. This is not by any means, you know, like a bad episode or anything like that. The way how they structured this episode was great, because you got to see that Ciro is back on his shit. He's back on his shit, and you can't count him out when it comes on to certain things. And that's mainly the thing that I love about his character. You know, and I know recently a lot of people have said that, calling me out, you know what I'm saying that I've always said that Ciro is loyal when he really is not. And even him in this episode is saying that everybody that has ever trusted him, he has betrayed them, right? And I mean, on a surface level, I will say that I was definitely probably in my feelings, because I like the character Ciro so much, and I said that he's always been loyal. And I think always was definitely an exaggeration, right? Definitely an exaggeration. Looking back at everything that happened, it's definitely 100% an exaggeration on my part. Right? It doesn't mean that Ciro has never been loyal, right? He's been loyal to a fault. In a way, you could say that Ciro has always looked out for himself. And really and truly, he's always, when you talk about betrayal, right? When you talk about betrayal, he's betrayed people who just won't give him the time of day. He lashed out at the family. He was going to rat them out like the first season, and he chose not to, right? Because I guess he realized that, you know, things could go better, I guess, for him. Things could definitely go better for him, so he decided not to rat them out. So, as I said, an exaggeration. So I do apologize for that. I was definitely in my feelings about the character. You know, now in retrospect, I realize how stupid it was to make a comment. So definitely thank you guys for calling me out, because now sometimes when you're watching a show, you're so immersed in it, you don't really realize what you're saying, taking everything into consideration and remaining objective, because a lot of what you're doing, because especially if you like a character, you don't want to see anything go wrong with them. They're the most interesting character in the show, and Ciro is definitely that for me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hindsight is 20/20, I guess. So when I look at a character like Ciro and realize that in a situation like this, where Genny just he's making this argument right now where I don't understand why he did this. It's like, oh, you left me all alone. But bro, you got your brother back. The same one that they forced you to kill. You got him back. And because he was completely in another country and stuff like that, doing his own thing, he couldn't just return. He really and truly, he didn't even know what was going on. And furthermore, any news that he was getting was that you were, you know, taking care of your family, wasn't really in the business anymore, right? You were creating your own path and stuff like that. Like, to be honest, if I was Ciro, I would stay away too. At the very least, what I would say you have a legitimate argument for is that he didn't tell you that he was alive. That's the only thing that I would say that Ciro went wrong with, is that he did not tell you that he's alive. I think if he had called Genny and be like, hey man, just to ease your pain, you know what I'm saying? Just understand that your brother is still alive. I'm just not going to return to Italy right now. So, you know, we could come together, we could kick it, you know what I'm saying, anytime you want, but I'm not returning to Italy. Right? Keep striving on the same path that you're going. You're trying to make things legitimate. Like, that's what I would be telling him. It's like, you don't need to be in the game anymore. You got a son, you got a wife. Do what you do. Right? So where Genny went wrong with this entire thing, and I understand his anger, I think he could have gotten over the fact of needing to punish Ciro for not coming back or leaving him on his own, or whatever the situation is. Feel some sort of way about that. Cool. I understand that. Then you talk that out. You know what I'm saying? You talk that out, man. And you move forward. That's how brothers are supposed to be. You talk that out and you move forward. But we're here now with these two going at each other's throats because of you making this decision to lock up Ciro, right? When you could have had somebody that could help you even more in you know, you going back to this criminal life now, right? You literally put him aside, and now he's out to get you because of what you did to him. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. And you know that Ciro he grew up on the streets. It's not like Genny didn't really grow up on the street. He chose this. He didn't have to choose it. And in a way, not necessarily. Let me not say he chose it. He was forced into it by his dad, because somebody had to take over the family business, right? But he didn't grow up. He grew up knowing about it, but he didn't have to be a part of it. You get what I'm saying? He did not have to be a part of it, right? Plenty of times to walk away. Ciro grew up in it. Ciro is the perfect example of a product of your environment, right? Perfect example. He grew up in it. Many times he should have died, didn't die, right? So that's why he's dubbed as the immortal, because, you know, people, in a way, they fear him. Because it's like, yo, what is up with this dude? We can't kill him. We can't get rid of him. He just keeps coming back every time. So there's a level of fear there for sure. So yeah, man, I 100% would have rather them work together than be, you know, at each other's throats. But here we are. Now there's an attempt made on, you know, Azure and Pietro's life. And here we go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here we go. Because I'm wondering if Genny is going to think that Ciro is responsible for this. And more than likely he will think that Ciro is the one that went after his wife and son. When we all know that it's not them. We all know that it's old lady over there, you know, that's decided to feed her hatred, you know. But anyways, guys, this is all I have to say. This was a great episode. Can't wait to see the next. Leave a like, leave a comment. Catch you guys for the next one. I'm out. Peace.